What up, guys? So you might have noticed that I posted a lot of YouTube videos about losing weight recently and exercising. Why is that? The channel started out doing a lot of music remixes, and then I tried to do music producing and then kind of disappeared from the platform for a long time, and now I'm posting videos about productivity and fitness. What happened? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I care so much about people losing weight. For me, I will just say, I'll share my story. It really changed my life because for a long time, I didn't know how to control my weight. I didn't really understand exercising. And once I started doing it, it's really taught me a lot of valuable things in life. And I feel like I'm a very different person than even like a couple years ago. Especially the last time when I started making YouTube videos, trying to do it more consistently in 2022. I feel like I'm a pretty different person from even that point. So the biggest reason why I care about weight loss so much right now is because it is the number one mortality risk for most human beings. And I know people don't want to hear that. The truth is, if you're unhealthy, if you're having health problems, the number one indicator of that is obesity. Just simply being overweight too. I don't know if you've heard of the term skinny fat, but it's basically people who kind of look okay with a shirt on, but once they take the shirt off at the beach, they look pretty fat in the belly area especially. This was me. I still seem to tend to head this way whenever I'm trying to bulk up or get a little bit stronger. And I've had a real hard time most of my life wrestling with this, trying to solve it. So I started lifting weights for the first time consistently in like 2016, I think. I was a sophomore in college. So yeah, 2016, I was lifting weights for the first time. I had a group of friends at the gym who were IT majors. The girlfriend that I had at the time was on the track team, and she didn't push me, but encouraged me. I had no idea what I was doing. I saw some of my friends who were starting to lift and who had like pretty good genetics, and they all of a sudden were looking a lot better. And so I wanted that. I kind of had at some point chased away the fact that I would ever get a six-pack, but once I started lifting, I really wanted that. And I think it was because I was really self-conscious. I didn't have as much confidence as I would say I do now. So that's another big reason why I wanted to get into lifting, is because I wanted to feel good about myself. And I didn't like the way that I looked in the mirror. And is that vain? Maybe to a certain extent, but I don't need to look jacked. I'd like to at some point, especially at my life, but I don't need to. Really, I just wasn't comfortable with the way I looked. I knew I wasn't taking care of myself as well as I could have. To be honest though, once I started trying to, I just didn't know what I was doing. And so I started in 2016. I think I'll show you a little bit of progression photos here, but my first photo I remember I found in my camera roll in the mirror was, I was scrawny, skinny fat, hair was kind of whack. And, over time, it took several years, but I feel like as I was going through college, I was really getting the hang of it. I was getting into more workouts, but I was also into the HIIT workout craze as well. So I was doing high intensity interval training quite frequently and trying to use that to lose weight, but didn't really understand the whole dieting portion of it or how calories work and how being in a deficit. I didn't really understand these. So fast forward to 2020 when all the gyms closed. I was probably about 200 pounds right beforehand, maybe got down to like 195. But then COVID hit and I tried to do at-home workouts for a while. I was getting back into the gym about 3 months after COVID started. I found a gym that was still open and I was lifting, but I was definitely not controlling the food that I was eating. And here's the other thing too. When I did try and I'm going to try this new diet, I was miserable because it wasn't something I liked to do. So I tried all kinds of different things. I tried keto stuff, and then I was mad because I couldn't eat like rice or things like that. Or I would be cheating a lot, and then I would feel bad for cheating. Fast forward now, 2021 or 2022. I'll have to find the date on the picture itself. But I weighed the most I've ever weighed, which was 235. Weighed 235 pounds, and I'm like, I need to figure out how to fix this. We had just had our first kid, so I think I had some of that dad weight on there. But eventually I found Greg Doucette. who is a little controversial on YouTube, but I would say he's changed my life. The way he explains it, the way he understands, losing weight, cardio, a big piece of that. I wasn't doing a lot of cardio if it wasn't like sports or something like that. That really changed my life because he was the reason why I would attribute most of my fat loss. And, slowly over the next year, I made a video about how, like, some of the things that I did to lose 50 pounds. But I slowly over time, I think 45 to 50 pounds in the first year and a half. And then recently I was able to gain, I think I gained about 10 to 15 pounds. I got down to 185. So it was 235 about 2 years ago. Got all the way down to 185 slowly over time. Maybe I'll make a video about like each phase of that journey. And then over this past winter, I spent like probably 4 months or so, gained about 15 pounds, tried to only gain like a pound a week. And it was over Christmas holiday break like that. So I'm lifting more frequently, not doing as much cardio, probably got back up to close to 200. I think there were a couple days where I was 200, but usually like 198 or something. And then I've been able to, right now, today, I'm weighing 185 again. So I've kind of dieted down. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I paused my cut because it was getting harder to kind of go lower. I think the lowest weigh-in I had was like 182 and maybe even 181 point something, 7 maybe. So I've been able to replicate what I did the first time. And this last time around, it was easy. It was super easy for me because I have finally figured out, a routine that works for me. The strategy that I'm using, I'll talk about in another video because I really think it is something that some people will find helpful. Not everybody, but I think it's helpful for me. I think it's super easy to follow because I found something that incorporates into my life. I could honestly stick to this the rest of my life. But I'm trying to gain more muscle right now. I'm kind of trying to be in a maintenance, so I want to kind of hover around 185 to 187 for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then I'm going to go back to cutting again because I want to try and get at least 179, if not like 178, just to kind of push further. I want to get the scale just under 180. I think that'd be really cool because I don't remember the last time I weighed that little. To be honest, this process is really slow. To do it correctly, it's a really slow process. It's not a race to lose weight, to get big, to exercise. I'm not planning on being a professional bodybuilder. I just do this because I really like to do it and it makes me feel good. I like to feel healthy. I like to feel pumped when I go to the gym. I feel like it's really translated to my personal life where I have more confidence talking to people, especially people that I'm not used to talking to. It's a challenge to me that also forces me to be patient and put in the work. I have to make small decisions every single day that get me to the goal that I want. And when I see the progress, when I'm lifting weights and when I'm doing cardio and when I get the weight loss that I'm trying to achieve at the end, it's very rewarding. But along the way, there were many times where I wanted to quit. And in my personal life, that's very true as well. And so it's helped me, with career, with this YouTube channel, focus on what are the daily things that I know I should be doing that will get me, what are the decisions that I keep needing to make that are very small so that I can get to where I actually want to be someday. If I want this YouTube channel to be my primary job, what decisions do I have to make every single day? So, I don't know if this channel is going to go full on, it's only a fitness channel because I don't think that's my wheelhouse. What I want is to really provide solutions for everyday people, specifically white collar business people, because I'm one of those people. I work as a manager of an IT department at the company that I work at, and I have a desk job, but I've figured out how to integrate these fitness parts of my life anyway, and still, I would say, not sacrifice too many things because I, work on productivity habits, productive habits. I have little hacks that I do for meals and exercises that work with my timetable. I've figured out, a routine that works for me, and I'm trying to get my wife on a similar routine so she feels just as good as I do. So that's why I care so much about this and why I hope that maybe you can care about it too. If you're interested in, some coaching, I am starting to sell fitness coaching for people who are in a similar spot that I was. There's generic advice out there that will basically say like, oh, here's what you should do, this exercise, this diet, this diet. But we all know that the best thing is a custom tailor-made program. And what I like to do, what I'm really good at, I think, is troubleshooting other people's issues. So you're probably going to see more content like that on this channel where, you know, what's the scenario? I'll give you an example scenario. This next weekend, I'm going to be making a video talking about I'm going to a bachelor party and how do I make decisions during this bachelor party so I'm not just destroying my fitness goals, but also having a good time at the same time. So things like that. If you're interested in some coaching, go to my website, malachicorliss.com, and go to the contact me page, and there you will see either an email or a WhatsApp way to contact me. If you're interested in that, please reach out. I'd love to help you out. Or if you have any questions at all about specific fitness advice, I'd love to go over that on a YouTube video for this channel and make that helpful for you. If there's something about productivity or, you know, tech advice, I know a lot about tech and how those all work together to give you more time in the day so you can hit your goals. Let's talk about that too. All right, thanks for watching this video. In my car again. This is kind of working. Yeah, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check me out, malachicorliss.com. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.